Hey bug farmers, welcome to Bug Farmer Beekeeping, where we dive into the world of apiculture, beekeeping, and bees every week. This is the place to share laughs, explore bees, and learn together, all without taking ourselves too seriously. To join our buzzing community, it's easy and it's free. Just hit the subscribe button, ring that bell, and let's cultivate beekeeping knowledge and fun together. Now, let's get into the bees. Hi, and welcome back to the channel today. Well, today is the harvest video, and I tell you what, this year things have changed just a little bit in scale and in process, I guess. In the past, all I would do was come out to the backyard, grab a few honey boxes, take them to the kitchen, extract them, put the honey in the bucket, bring the boxes back out, and I was done. This year, it was a 4-day long process, and it started on Thursday last week with my son and I going over to the farm and pulling honey boxes. We worked all day long over there, brought some honey boxes back, threw them in the garage, and then on Friday, we came to the backyard, pulled some honey boxes, put them in the garage, and then Saturday morning, the albino beekeeper came over to help me with the extraction, but I still had hives over at the farm that needed to be harvested, so he went over there with me. We pulled some honey boxes, brought them back, put them in the garage, and then we started our extraction. All right, so today we're going to be using fume boards. Now, I didn't have the time, the money, or the patience to wait on fume boards to be mailed to me, so I made my own. I cut a piece of fiberboard that will fit exactly over the top, and I've added some microfiber to it. We're going to be spraying Bee Quick on these microfiber towels, setting them on the hives. I've got 5 fume boards made, so we'll do 5 hives at a time, and that's the goal. So let me go ahead and get this one sprayed up and put on the top, and we'll get going. Oh, that's a lot of bees. Hello. That won't make you happy. Move it down here. Move the fume board to there. Get back to the truck. I guess I'll take it. That's a heavy one. Hold on a second. Get up in the truck. All right, so here's a quick update. We had to do a couple of splits while we were at it because we did find some queens laying in upper boxes. But for the most part, we got 3/4 of the bee yard done. We've still got a few hives left. Looks like a bomb went off here, but we've got 6 hives to go. And so far, there's my son working his butt off today.
Hi.
Thank you. So far, today we have pulled 30 boxes. So if we can get 10 more boxes from the last 6 hives, we will have met the expectation of 40 boxes. That said, we had to do a shake test on a lot of them. A lot of them weren't capped yet, but my goal is to get out here this year and get this harvested before they completely run out of food in the environment. I want them to be able to come back here and refill so that I don't have to give them a lot of sugar syrup. So there you go. I will not show it, but I will be back in a couple of days and pull the rest of the boxes here, and then we'll meet up in my garage where we do the extraction. See you there. All right, so here we are. We're in the garage. This is the makeshift honey house. This is the new uncapper. We're going to try it today. Now, this is the first time I've used it. I've never actually sent a live frame through it. I've sent practice frames through it, but it should do everything that we need. It's got a recirculating hot water pump on it, and it actually heats up the blades, and they're quite hot right now. Yes, they are. And after we run the frames through there, we're going to drop them in the drip tank. Ooh, that reminds me, I've got to put a bucket down there to catch any drippings. We've got a little picker station here, and then we've got 56 boxes of honey that we've got to extract. We are going to be running the frames through the Hilco. This is the Supermax. This is my first time trying this one. And then I've got the Bee Castle extractor and the Maxent. So that's the goal, that's the plan. Now, this is the first time that we've run live frames through this, so there's going to be a little learning curve there.
like you can cascade the frames, like queue them up
You
there?
can, but I'm not going to do that because I don't want it to get jammed up.
Okay. What is that? Is that the center, right?
It's just when it hits. These frames are kind of tight in here. It's all right. I have one stuck.
Uh-oh.
There we go. All right, here's the quick update. We're not making much progress at all. I tell you what, I thought for sure that by solving the bottleneck last year of the uncapping process, everything would go quicker, but now the bottleneck is the extraction. And the Hilco's doing a good job, but let me tell you something. The Hilco does a great job when it's not bolted to the floor. Chances are when I bolt it to the floor, things are gonna change. But it does a great job on mediums at pretty much any speed. On the deeps, it goes out of balance really, really quick, and trying to find which frame is not in balance out of 24 frames, which one you have to remove is kind of a pain in the butt. So I guess next year I will have this thing bolted to the floor, either here or down in the basement. I may do the extraction next year for the basement, but we're filling up buckets. We have a lot to go yet. I mean, a whole lot to go. Right now we've got 4 buckets there. That one's almost full. This one here is almost full. Oh, that one's over full. I'm gonna have to pause that. And then we've got a bunch of boxes left to go through. I mean, just a ton. Just a ton. So the camper's doing okay. It needs to have some dial inage, because I tell you what, this back blade really gouges the back of the honeycomb. I really need to do some adjustments, and I'm not exactly sure where to adjust. I think it's going to be right here and right here. And I will probably dial it in, but I tell you what, this extraction is not going to be done in one day like they usually are. This is a lot of work. And again, the bottleneck is Hilco. Hilco, what are you doing to me? No, it's not their fault. It's my fault for not bolting it to the ground. I like to put that thing on high, hot, hard, heavy, and let it whip the honey out of the frames. Anyways, I also have a question, and you can leave it in the comments below. If you own a Hilco, if this thing is spinning counterclockwise, I want it to spin clockwise, or I want to be able to start counterclockwise and then finish clockwise. How do I do that? Somebody leave it in the comments. What buttons do I push on the top of this controller for the Supermax that will allow me to reverse the direction on this thing, because I think it's going to allow me to get more honey out of it if I can reverse the direction and run it that way. So there you go, there you have it. I will give you another update later, but it's been a couple of hours and we're tearing through it. But so far, that's all we've gotten done. We have all that to go, another box right there, another stack of boxes right there. We've got a lot of work to do. So there you go, there you have it. I will touch base a little later. Goodness. Okay, this isn't a good plan. Not a good thing. I ran them too tight. One too many frames. Oh goodness. So something else that's exceptional. This drip tank here, so far we've pulled 6 gallons of honey that have dripped off of the cappings. It's fantastic. It's really a good way to reclaim honey. I also think that this is going to be the first year we'll have a lot of wax cappings. So I'm going to be making a lot of wax. Do your thing. All right, so here we are at day 2. Now I tell you what, I worked hard yesterday. I worked from 5 a.m. until about 10:30 last night. Brady, he came over to help me starting at 8 a.m., left about 7:30 yesterday, and we worked hard all day long. When I got up, I set up the honey house in the garage, got this thing ready. Brady got here, we pulled the last 6 hives from the bee yard, brought it back here, and then started uncapping. And we were uncapping all day long. I stayed up until, like I said, 10:30 last night uncapping. Got a lot done. I've still got 21 boxes left to go. We ended up with 56 boxes in this harvest. And I tell you what, so far we have filled 12 60-pound buckets. So that's a lot of honey. We expect about 1,000 pounds this year. The one thing, this uncapper has been a game changer. It really does uncap a lot of frames, and it will load up this drip tank fairly quickly. But now the bottleneck has shifted from the uncapping process over to the extraction process. Even though I've got that beautiful Hilco, let me tell you, that thing is fantastic. The little knob is kind of small and very, very touchy, especially when it's sticky with honey. But we'll talk about that at a later date. It does a great job extracting the honey. Next year, I think I will bolt it to the floor like I had the other one bolted to the floor in the house. That's the way to go to keep it from dancing, especially when you get deep frames in there. But that's where we are today. Everything is a sticky mess. We actually drained the drip tank. I got like 6 or 8 gallons out of the drip tank, but one time I let my 2-gallon bucket overflow, and now the floor is completely sticky. I mean, it's a mess. I'm gonna have a heck of a time cleaning this up when I'm all done. And I've got honey trapped through the house. It's bad. But there you go, there you have it. I've got 21 boxes to go yet, and I'm gonna get started on it so I can get finished. All right, let's make a mess. The goal is to not get a lot of bees in here, but I'd rather not have bees swarming around outside until I'm ready. All right. The clock is ticking. Should wore my boots. Got the tennis shoes. All right, that is 1,000 times better. Now I won't be slipping and sliding all over the floor. Now it's time for you to get started again. Put a new fresh pair of gloves on. And we'll get it rolling in the honey house, the honey garage. Another reason I had to make it quick is I've got the door to the house wide open with some fans blowing air-conditioned air in here. I don't want bees in the house. I mean, I've already got honey in the house. I don't need to get bees in there too. Then again, I could let a lot of bees in the house, let them clean up the honey. That'd probably save my butt, but then how do I get the bees back out of the house? These questions and more will be answered next week. All cleaned out, brand new sterilized buckets. There we go, that can open up. There's some honey flowing out, bad idea. Haven't got my screen on there yet. There we go. Let's get my screens cleaned out really quick. And then we'll start this day. Try to wrap this up. I say that now, but then by the time I'm ending this video, I'm gonna look beat. I'm already wearing a t-shirt today instead of a nice shirt. I'm violating the whole principle of YouTube. Don't do YouTube in your underwear. That's what my wife says when I wear these white t-shirts. Hey, but in the 50s, Fonzie warming up was okay. And the thing is, once I get honey on it, then I'm wearing my dirty underwear. Not good. All my sticky honey stuff. There we go. New uncapping forks, I love them. Let's get started. I think I will add a Mike Berry bread knife to my uncapping situation here. This is actually not a bad one. This one would have went nice through that uncapper. Unfortunately, it's not heated up yet. I should have came out and turned it on earlier. The blades have or the water, it's got like a reciprocating water pump in there. And it's got to heat up to heat the blades. Seems like a lot of us beekeepers have upgraded this year. I was watching Bruce's Bees and he got himself uncapper, and I just saw this morning, they showed a video of their, is it the Mega Max? Yeah, I think it's a 32 frame. This is only a 24 frame uncapper. But I'm one guy, I don't have unlimited funds, and those Hilcos are expensive. But my goal was, and I actually took some advice from McNally up there in Canada, who has recently become a sideliner. He said that buy bigger than you need, so I did, because you don't want to be in a situation where you've got to buy it again. So maybe I should have got the Mega Max. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to get much bigger. Maybe another 50 hives or so. We will see. I can tell you this, the uncapper is a game changer. That Hilco is a game changer. Now I've just got to fire up all three of these spinners to get this thing going. Get caught up. All right, now we have Mrs. Bug Farmer as part of the equation. I've got some help again today. It's always good to get help at harvest. And she's really good at it. She's uncapped a lot of frames in her time. So there you go. We'll let you start with this one right here. Ding. Here's your uncapping fork. It's nice and sticky. There you go. As soon as the uncapper heats up, I've got some nice frames like this that we can send to the uncapper. But if they're dark like that, they'll just gum it up. But these uncapping forks are a lot better than last year. Look at this thing. So these are coming off. They still have to be picked a little bit around the edges. It's not too bad. All right, so we're in the home stretch here. We've got 7 deeps and 4 mediums left. We're just about ready to have this thing wrapped up. Now, I took a pause for a second, let my wife film a video for her channel. She was actually extracting the honey that she had earned down in the apiary this year, and she was extracting in the maxent the entire time that we were doing her video and extracting. This Hilco has been running in the background, and you can't hear it. The maxent is running right now, and it's got 6 frames in it. The Hilco's got 24 frames running full speed. I tell you what, it is quiet, quiet, quiet. We'll turn off the maxent, and all you hear is just a little high-pitched whine. Now, when you first turn this thing on, there is a weird high-pitched whine. I'm not sure what it is, but they should put it in the note of C or C sharp, whatever it is that they set the frequency of a casino to make it so that you will find it pleasing. It's a little bit annoying. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's a fan inside this control box. Maybe it's a VFD or something. I don't know what's going on, but there's a really high-pitched whine. That's the only thing that I don't like about, well, there's one other thing I don't like about the Hilco. This tiny knob is very, very touchy. They need a bigger knob, and it doesn't need to be as touchy. Other than that, this thing is fantastic. It's a beast, and it is now the bottleneck, though, because the uncapping machine just really cranks out the frames and leaves this guy to clean up the mess later. All right, we are in the home stretch. I've got the last of my deeps, and I've got to spin out. I think I've got 40 more frames here. Then it's going to be time for the push out. I can't wait. It has been a long couple of days actually doing the extraction. Go all the way to the front. All right, well, there you go, the end of another adventure. Now, I tell you what, we had to go big this year. We had to go big. We ended up pulling 56 boxes of honey between the 2 bee yards. That was fantastic. I think it spun out to about 1,320 pounds, which is my record harvest so far. So I'm very, very pleased with that. I can tell you that the bottleneck in the extraction process, it shifted this year from the uncapping to the extraction, and that is even with the help of the Hilco Supermax, which I have to tell you is a beast. I mean, a beast of an extractor, so I'm very, very pleased to have that. And I will give a review and a detailed look at the Hilco Supermax and the uncapper in an upcoming video. Anyways, with all that said, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up. If you have something to say, by all means, please comment. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, take a moment, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell to be notified of my new content. I do try to drop a video every Friday. We try to keep it light and have fun. So with all that said, be happy. And I will see you next week. Take care.